Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the summary for the day of 2016 for the 5th of January for the Ukraine war, or the special military operation in Ukraine by Russia that is in suspension. So exactly this, we start off with this information. So Putin listened to some religious leaders say that they should not fight on their Russian Christmas. So as such, due to the presidential directive, the defense ministry of Russia decided to implement a 36-hour long ceasefire from noon 6 Jan, which is exactly the time where the Russian defense ministry will launch their report, to the next day's midnight along all lines of contact in Ukraine. And Putin asked the Ukrainian side to declare ceasefire as well to allow citizens to attend Christmas service, which is a bit funny. So anyway, then of course immediately the Ukrainians ignored it. At 12 o'clock they bombarded Donetsk. Moving on to something else, the Ukrainian Air Force reported that they have shot down a Sukhoi 25 and a Mi-8 helicopter. Sukhoi 25 is a ground attack aircraft. Mi-8 is a helicopter, and they got shot down by surface-to-air missiles. Not sure where, as usual. We do not know where they shoot down all these planes. So the directorate, head of the main directorate of intelligence of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, Major General Kirill Budanov, in an interview with ABC News, said that they were actually going to attack deeper and deeper into Russia, and they are also hoping that they're going to get the American Bradley combat vehicles, or the Bradley fighting vehicles, and they are waiting for them. They really hope for them, and they are now, and they say that, and he said that the hottest battle for the liberation of Ukraine will begin in March, which means that they're going to launch a major offensive in March. It's weird that he actually reveals it. I believe that this is actually something that I have read. In one of the pro-Russian sources, they wrote that all these heavy equipment that are going to be reporting is going to be forming three core of 70,000 over people each core. So which means that there's going to be like a 200,000 troops, new troops, which is all armed with NATO heavy equipments that will be used to launch new offensive. And probably they're going to take 2-3 months to train up all these people with to the new equipments. And as such, probably, which is why he's so excited that he actually revealed their secret plan. And so some of the heavy equipment is actually Bradley. So the Pentagon Secretary, Air Force Brigadier General, blah blah, say that they can confirm that they're going to send 50 Bradleys, and they will be announced today. The France also announced by their president Macron that they will be giving the Ukrainians the AMX-10, which is a wheeled version of a tank, but isn't as heavily armed like a tank. So they call it a light tank, but it's a wheel, so it's not really a tank. So it's like a overpowered infantry fighting vehicle, whatever you want to call it. And then Germany also announced that they will be transferring 40 mothers. I mean, not your mother or my mother. The infantry fighting vehicle is called Mother. So yeah, they'll be giving 40 mothers to Ukraine. And all in all, these are all going to form up all these new core. Each core, I'm not sure if it's still the same as the Singapore standard. 3 division is 1 core. So three they're going to form 3 corps. In Singapore, 3 corps is 1 army. So they're going to form 1 whole army in the next 3 months. So let's see how this goes. Although 3 armies, this amount of vehicles doesn't sound like enough, but perhaps most of this army or most of this corps or most of these divisions are all going to be infantry, perhaps because of the way how the war goes on. That might be possible as well. And and also yesterday I forgot to report this. There's actually a drone attack against the Belbek airfield, which is not sure. I think it's this one. So anyway, they got there's two drones trying to attack, but then they got shot down over the sea. So that's that. Over Crimea. Over at the southern front, we have nothing to report. Over at the Zaporizhia line, we have fighting reported south of Huyaipole. So Huyaipole is here. Previously, the Russians captured the Rozianka, and they are now expanding their control, the region of control, and then they are moving northward towards Huyaipole. And the Russian Defense Ministry in today's report, just before the ceasefire, reported that they actually did some heavy shelling and airstrikes in the region of Dorozianka as well. And that's all from the Zaporizhia region. Over at the Donetsk region, we have a lot of shelling over at the southern part of the Donetsk front, with shelling reported at Prashestivka as well for both days, for yesterday and today. Or the day before and yesterday, because depend on how you read the Russian Defense Ministry report. They also reported shelling near Novomayoske today, and also at Novomikhailivka, as well as Konstantinivka. And there is fighting reported at Novomikhailivka, according to the War Gonzo, which is actually on the southwest of Donetsk city. In the western part of Donetsk city, the fighting continues to be reported at Marinka, according to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry, at Boyeda as well, just south of Marinka. There is a Sukhoi 25 shot down over Boyeda by the Russian Defense Ministry's report, saying that air defense shot down a Sukhoi 25. And then at Krasnohorivka, there is also a Sukhoi 24 getting shot down. This one is shot down by the Russian Air Force. And over at the Pisky region, we have fighting reported at Nevelsky, according to War Gonzo. Povomaisky returns to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry's report, saying that they repulsed attack by the Russians over there. War Gonzo also reported fighting at Vodian as well as at Opine, around the Pisky region. So this is Pisky, Pisky, yeah. So this area is Pisky. And there is also a Sukhoi 25 in today's Russian Defense Ministry report, saying that the Sukhoi 25 got shot down over Mariivka. I cannot find this place, Mariivka. I believe that it might be a typo or maybe a mistranslation, and I put it at Mariivka. But doesn't matter. Sukhoi 25 shot down over Ukraine, like how the Ukrainians report it. Over the New York region, we do not have any fighting reported. And we are now into the Bakhmut front. So this is Bakhmut region, Bakhmut front. At the Bakhmut front, a lot of developments. First off, we talk about the fighting at Kurdyomivka, northwest of Kurdyomivka. There is also fighting reported at Klishchievka. Opine continues to be under attack by the Russian private military contractor, the Wagner Group. However, it seems like the Opine just refused to fall. It's a very small place, but the Russians doesn't seem to be able to capture it after such a long time. At Bakhmut region, we have information of fighting in the northeastern part of Bakhmut with the AZ military. Not sure where he got the information from. Don't know which Russian channel, but but they say that the Russian forces have captured the entire forested area in the northeast of Bakhmut city. Further up north, we have fighting reported at Bihorodne and also at Krasnohora. Particularly on the Krasnohora one, there, according to AZ military, there is some progress where the Wagner groups or the Wagner private military contractors forced the Ukrainians into some kind of retreat. So there is some advancement of the Russian positions, and reportedly they are now at the entrance of Krasnohora, as per able to advance as far as Krasnohora's entrance. So I map it more or less accordingly. Over at the Soledar region, a lot of developments. Bakhmutske is finally captured by the Russian forces, according to War Gonzo, and the fighting is now into the center of Donetsk. So sorry, at Soledar. So Soledar, there is like a two round things that is connected together. Very sexy, and now they are now in the middle of this part where they are in the middle of on the middle of the Soledar. The Russian, according to SITREP maps, sorry today my tongue is not working well today. According to SITREP maps, there's clearing operations at the trade station area, but most of the Russian sources are very excited, and they are saying that Russian forces have reached Soledar city center, and some of those sources got overexcited, and they actually draw the arrow as this is the city center, and actually it's not the case. The city center is actually here. This suburbish looking thing. This where the two round thing connects together, and this is actually where the specific front line is. And War Gonzo actually talk about it in details. They talk about Kosmonaftov Street to Telman Street has been captured, as well as half of Otyabyaskaya Street. Otyabyaskaya Street is actually, I believe, is this street here. So this is actually the part where this street is actually half captured by the Russian forces. They are still trying to push towards the northern round part of Soledar. So very sexy, half gone already. Then we are now into the Sivas front. At the Sivas front, we have fighting reported at Bilohorivka. They say there's some rocket thing. I'm not sure what is a rocket. So anyway, there is some Russian progress in this no man's land thingy place. And there is fighting reported at Sperne, according to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry. Further up northeast part of Sivas city, there is a Ukrainian attack near Serebrenka and Hryhorivka, according to the Russian Defense Ministry. And the Russians might have responded by shelling Hryhorivka and Serebrenka. Or no, they shelled it first. Sorry, they shelled it on the 5th of January, and on the 6th of January's report, which is today's report, the Ukrainians sent out recon forces. Every attack they call it a recon force. I think it's just a assault force, and they contacted the Russian forces. So that's all from the Serebrenka Horivka region in Sivas front. Over at the Crimea front, we have fighting reported at Dibrova. The Ukrainians attacked Dibrova, according to the Russian Defense Ministry, and the Russians shelled Yampolivka. And then moving further up north at Ploshchanka, the Russians are attacking near Ploshchanka, according to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry. Their fighting is also reported at Makievka, according to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry as well. Further up north at the Sviatove front, this is Sviatove. At Sviatove front, there is fighting reported at Stemakivka, and then there is shelling reported at Stemakivka as well, according to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry and then the Russian Defense Ministry about the shelling. There is shelling reported at Novoselivske, Berestove, and Pischane, all around the Sviatove front. And moving towards the Kupiansk front region, there is shelling at Ivanivka, Kusherivka, as well as at Sinkivka. All these shelling report is from the Russian Defense Ministry. The reports is talking about both yesterday and today. Yeah, because it's past 12 o'clock, and because it's past 12 o'clock, the Russians are now effectively under the what is it called, ceasefire, and it remains to be seen whether the Russians were able to keep to their words about the ceasefire, and I'm quite sure that the Ukrainians are not going to follow through with the ceasefire. So anyway, this is just a SITREP, the summary of the day of 2016 for the 5th of January, and I'll see you in the next update.